is Crystal with Pineapple Papers, and I have a design team project for Color Rush Studio for you today. And I am really focusing on the greens, starting with this beautiful green damask. So, of course, with all of the beautiful papers, I have to gut it. I'm not the greatest like measurer gutter type person. So you can see that I gutted a good portion of it, but not the full amount, but that's okay. So it's just enough that I can still use it. So I'm starting with that as my background. And then I am going to take some plain white cardstock. I'm going to trim it down and I am going to adhere it to the background. And as you can see, I might have lost my tape runner there for a few seconds. It's been a busy, scrappy month and I'm getting lots done, and in turn, that just means that my desk and my room gets to be a hot mess, and that's okay, because, at some point I'll clean it up. Maybe not today, but at some point. I would like to say that I'll get it cleaned up before the end of the month, which I will try. But being that I have plans for lots and lots of layouts till April, it just might be messy till April. So I'm going to do a little bit of mixed media on the background of this paper. So I grabbed some shimmers in evergreen, and I took one of the packaging. I just added it to the packaging, did the packaging technique to the background, and then added a couple of splatters. And I'm going to kind of let that dry a little bit. And then my picture is actually of the whole family. And this was on Father's Day, I think last year. And for Father's Day, Christopher wanted to go golfing, and we all went golfing. I actually had the best score, because in golf, it's the lowest score. And when they score off of 18 holes and you play like 6, like you win, because you definitely have the lowest score, right? Well, anyway, I tried. So that is our selfie. It's not perfect, but whose family is perfect, right? So why would the picture of the family be perfect? So there is our picture. I went ahead and matted it with that beautiful green damask that I gutted in the background. And then I decided to go through the papers in the kit, and I pulled out several of the green ones. So that butterfly paper is mainly green, black, and white. I grabbed the plaid, which is actually blue and green, and then the heart paper that is green tone on tone. And I'm going to pile those up, and those are just going to serve kind of as a background for my photos. So at this point, it was feeling quite monochromatic, and I love me a monochromatic layout, but there was some blue in that plaid, and I decided I would pull the blue in as well. So I went through the ephemera pieces. I pulled several blue and green pieces, and then I decided, okay, since I'm bringing in some blue, I'm going to grab some blue shimmers, and I don't know what color this is. It was one of those ones that you get, but the color is like crossed off, so I don't really think it's a color, but it's a really pretty blue. and that's all I need to know personally. And so I went ahead and did some splatters, and then I waited and waited and waited for it to dry, and I got a little impatient, took it over to where my heat tool is, and I just did the last little spots that were taking forever to dry. So now my background is pretty dry, and now I'm going to cover it up because that's what we do when we have mixed media, right? We make it all pretty and then we cover it up with more pretty things. So, it's just part of the process. So I'm going to put my strips down. You can see them here. And then this last one, for some reason, I was having trouble with, so I did some Nuvo Deluxe adhesive, which is probably better anyway, because on mixed media backgrounds, I think it is better to use some wet medium. So now I'm going to go ahead and go with the embellishments. So I have been hoarding this mint floral, this Prima Floral, because I love it. And I do love this picture, so I figure it's a good one to go on. So that is going to be the base of the cluster that I'm going to make at the bottom here. And then I grab some of that glitter frazzle, and I'm just going to cut the tiniest piece and put it on each side. Unlike the paper, I have no problem with it hiding underneath. The frazzle, I'm a little more hoarding of the frazzle than the paper. So I'm going to build basically two clusters, one in the top right and one in the bottom left. So it's kind of a diagonal design of embellishments. And I'm just going to go with some of the die cut florals and the die cut butterflies. And then from the bold kit, there is a paper that is all tickets. And so I have a couple of those fussy cut out. And so I'm going to scatter those about as well. I do get one of the other Prima flowers up at the top. Mine was like a white, and so it fits in perfectly up there. And at this point, I think I'm going to put that pom-pom trim on the bottom. And then I put my title down that says Golf for Dad. And because I didn't have enough for Father's Day. So Golf for Dad is my title. And then the pom-pom trim just didn't work. So it just didn't make it. But that's okay. It'll make it on another layout. So there is my layout. I hope you enjoyed it. Head over to the shop and use my code Crystal